Thanks first, Bala, for inviting me for this session. I'm really glad you guys are doing this. So my motivation for CCXP was basically I had got myself into the area of customer analytics, and I thought that it would help me, and I had launched my own consulting firm, and I thought that with customer analytics I was focusing more and more on things around the customer, and that this certification would help me develop business and make an entry in the CX space or the customer analytics space more comfortably, more easily.
I think we've been doing this kind of work for too many years, but it didn't have a proper framework. Sometimes we used to call it CRM, customer service, and it's a bit of everything with a touch of thinking about the client rather than us while preparing and taking decisions. So having this kind of framework, and it feels good to have the title next to it.
After becoming a CCXP, basically what I did was I started using the credential for business development, so, which meant in my proposals the logo would be there, in my emails the logo would be there, and I think that it did get a little more attention from some people who were aware of it, but still the awareness level was low. So it's been a tough journey in the CX space in the UAE from a consulting angle, and especially trying to do things on my own. So I think that is the one area where I've probably struggled the most, is being able to get the right like-minded people talking about it together and maybe doing things together to actually get to market more easily.
For me specifically, it's not a big change because we've been doing that. I mean, we did not change the ways we do things, or I was trying to change from one career or one industry to the other. It was just smooth. But the CXPA also network is a huge value add to find different opinions and see things from different perspectives. And yeah, the journey is lovely.
I think that there is actually quite a bit that we can do. First of all, I've had the good fortune of also being in the design sprint community, in specific communities around design sprint. And what I see in that community is that they really go out of their way to support each other, whether it's on social media, whether it's otherwise. They're almost like, it's like free sharing of experience, of tips, of knowledge, of opportunities. And a lot of them are very active on LinkedIn. They are very active supporters, promoting each other on LinkedIn. So I think one of the things is that whoever is a CCXP, we need to get together more often. And there will be all types of people in that. There will be people in the consulting space, there will be people in the industry. And I think what is of particular value is to get the industry people to talk more about how they are leveraging and utilizing the certification in the organizations they are in. And then also perhaps reaching out, once you've get together with all the CCXPs and talk about this, and what it's the similar conversation with them as well, and how they've seen their careers changing with CCXP. Then I think we should also try and reach out to some of their colleagues. So, as I think you also suggested at some point, that if HR people are convinced that CCXPs are making a difference, or if CEOs are convinced that CCXPs are making a difference, or if digital transformation people are thinking, because that's the buzzword, so really if digital transformation teams think that CCXPs can make a difference, or in whatever organizations they are making a difference, those people, the colleagues and peers of those CCXPs also need to be reached out to, so that they can give an objective view of what this CCXP has brought about in their organization. One of the tips which I've learned, which is really handy actually, and which is where the stats from Mohsin come in, is I've learned that the more you use independent sources to talk about something you want to try and present to someone, like testimonials or stats, which are not from you, not only from you, but also independent, they really they really go a long way in establishing credibility. So if we have other people, non-CCXPs, not people who are in the CX space themselves, but who've experienced what the CCXPs, the difference that they've made in their organization, we have them talking about it, which will take a little bit of time, but it needs first that nexus of CCXPs to get together and share their experiences. And then, so you become like a much stronger force then. And then when you reach out to other people or invite them to join in your events, the likelihood, I think, would be a lot more. Right now, we're doing things, at least, I don't know about the US, I think there's a little more organization there. But what I feel is that in the EMEA region, we're doing things a little bit ad hoc, in an ad hoc manner, and it's not that well organized. Personally, if I wasn't struggling as much, I would love to participate in this as well, but I just feel that I've got to first, kind of stand up and then run along with the rest of the gang as well. But if the group gets together, I'll be more than happy to join them.
I will start with the CXPA, and as we were discussing, it's a huge value add because you can see things from really subject experts, people who have proof, statistics, data, trends for the last 10 years, how things work, did not work. So it's definitely reading CXPA by itself is for me, is a great added value. CCXP, I think it will help people differently depending on their career, their age, their previous academic background, all of that. I remember when I filled in the form, I felt like I am applying for a PhD, not for a certificate. And it was funny because we will accept you or we will reject you. Like, I'm paying money. So, but this also tells you that they are serious about containing a certain caliber that people will add value to each other. And I think we can help by giving some time back, by adding value with the mentoring systems, with even, as we were saying, having this local chapters, having discussions, coaching each other, learning from each other's mistakes, especially that this area is very new in at least our part of the world.